Success isn't a destination, it's a mindset. The way you approach life, the way you think about challenges, and the way you respond to obstacles defines your success more than any goal on your list. When you shift your perspective, you stop chasing after success like it's a finish line. You start living in a way that attracts success to you. What does that mean? It means you stop running after success and start being the kind of person who naturally attracts it. It means you focus on who you become, not just what you accomplish. The way you approach every challenge, every task, and every opportunity, whether big or small, determines your long-term success. The power of mindset cannot be overstated. Your mindset will determine whether you give up after your first failure or push through to create something amazing. It will determine whether you make excuses or take responsibility for your actions. A successful mindset doesn't just look for shortcuts, it's about embracing the journey, knowing that every setback is just another lesson that leads you closer to where you want to be. Short-term wins can feel amazing. Getting that instant recognition, achieving quick success, it's satisfying, no doubt. But here's the hard truth, those victories are fleeting. You'll find that they don't bring lasting happiness. Chasing after quick wins is like trying to fill a hole that's constantly getting bigger. True fulfillment comes from aligning your actions with your core values and long-term goals. When you focus on lasting success, you invest in things that provide sustained growth, not just momentary satisfaction. Long-term fulfillment doesn't come from doing more, it comes from doing the right things consistently. It's about staying focused on the big picture even when the little wins aren't as shiny. It's about realizing that true success is a marathon, not a sprint. When you invest in long-term growth, your achievements will compound over time, leading to a life that's not only successful but fulfilling. Why do so many people never truly win? It's not because they're not capable, it's because they've bought into misconceptions about what success really looks like. We've been sold the idea that success is about the biggest house, the fastest car, or the most likes on social media. But those are external markers, they're not real success. External validation is a trap. When we look for approval from others, we're setting ourselves up for failure. You can spend your whole life chasing someone else's definition of success, but it will never feel like enough. True success comes from within. It's about internal fulfillment and self-approval. When you learn to define success for yourself based on your values and stop worrying about what others think, that's when things start to click. But here's the real reason people fail: they confuse activity with progress. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're getting closer to your goals. Winning isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things with focus and intention. Without clear direction and a mindset of self-empowerment, you'll keep spinning your wheels, always working but never really moving forward. Trying to meet societal expectations and following the crowd is dangerous. It may feel comfortable, but it leads to frustration and unmet goals. You're not supposed to fit in with everyone else. The truth is, the more you try to be like others, the less you become yourself. When you play someone else's game, you're playing by someone else's rules. And when you play by the wrong rules, you'll never experience true success. The cost of fitting in is high. You lose your uniqueness, your drive, and your true sense of purpose. Every time you follow the pack, you get further away from discovering your own path. The people you admire, the ones who inspire you, didn't get to where they are by copying others. They found their own way. And that's what you need to do. Stop following the crowd. Define your own rules. Break away from the expectations. You're not here to fit in, you're here to stand out. Take a moment to reflect on this. What does winning mean to you? Think about it, without the noise of society or anyone else's opinions. What does true success look like for you? It's crucial to define this on your own terms, because if you don't, others will define it for you. Now take action. Grab a pen and write down what success means for you. How do you plan to achieve it? Make it clear, make it personal, and then take your first step today. Stop waiting for permission. You are the one who decides what winning looks like, and you are the one who gets to define how to get there. Have you ever set a goal only to find yourself lost or frustrated because you weren't sure how to achieve it? Have you ever looked around and felt like everyone else is moving ahead while you're stuck in the same place? Let me tell you, this doesn't have to be your reality anymore. Today we're going to dig into the common pitfalls that hold us back from real success, and most importantly, how you can break free from them. The truth is, success isn't about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning from them, overcoming obstacles, and pushing forward with focus and clarity. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment or compare yourself to anyone else. You just need to take control, create your path, and keep moving. Stick with me, because what you're about to hear will shift your perspective and set you on a clear path to achieving your goals. One of the biggest mistakes people make is setting goals that are too vague, Maybe you've told yourself, I want to be successful, or I want to be happy, but what does that actually look like? How do you measure it? If your goals are unclear, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The lack of clarity means you won't know what actions to take or what success even looks like. You'll find yourself wandering in the dark, unsure of your next step. Specific goals, on the other hand, are the key to making real progress. When your goals are clear and measurable, you know exactly where you're headed. You can track your progress, adjust your approach, and celebrate every step forward. But here's the secret. It's not just about setting clear goals, it's about aligning those goals with your values. When you connect your goals to what truly matters to you, you're not just motivated, you're driven. It's that deeper connection that sustains you, especially when things get tough. We've all done it, looked at someone else's life and felt like we're falling behind. Maybe you're scrolling through social media and you see someone's perfect vacation or their big promotion. It's easy to think, why don't I have that? But let me tell you something. Comparing yourself to others is a trap that will keep you stuck. It distorts your reality. You start measuring your progress based on someone else's timeline or achievements, and that's never going to help you grow. Social media, in particular, is a breeding ground for unhealthy comparisons. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking everyone else has it together while you're struggling. But guess what? That's a lie. What you see online isn't the full story, it's a snapshot, not the whole journey. Instead of wasting time comparing yourself, focus on your own path. Your journey is unique, and comparing yourself to anyone else is not only unfair, it's unproductive. The only way to truly succeed is to keep your eyes on your own progress, celebrate your victories, and learn from your setbacks. If you've ever put something off because you were scared of failing, you're not alone. The fear of failure is one of the most powerful forces that can keep you from moving forward. It convinces you that you're not ready, that you need more time, or that you'll only try when conditions are perfect. But waiting for perfection is a trap. It paralyzes you. It keeps you stuck in the same place, never making any real progress. But here's the thing, failure is not the enemy. Failure is simply a lesson, a stepping stone on the way to success. Look at anyone who has achieved greatness. They've failed over and over again. But instead of letting those failures stop them, they've used them as fuel to push forward. Fear of failure only holds you back if you let it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment and start taking action, even if it's imperfect. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. How many times have you thought, I'll start when the time is right? Maybe when you've saved up enough money, or when you have more experience, or when the stars align just perfectly. But here's the truth, that perfect moment doesn't exist. Waiting for it is a trap. If you keep waiting, you'll never take the leap. You'll stay stuck in the someday mindset, watching time slip by. The cost of inaction is high. The more you wait, the more opportunities you lose. And worse, the longer you put off your dreams, the more your fear and uncertainty will grow. But here's the good news. You can start today. You don't need everything to be perfect. You just need to take that first step, no matter how small. The key to overcoming inertia is action. The moment you start, you break free from the cycle of waiting and hesitation. Stop planning, start doing. Let's face it, setbacks are part of the journey. You're gonna face obstacles, you're gonna fail. But here's the important part. Those obstacles are opportunities in disguise. Every failure, every setback is a chance to learn and grow. The real question is, how will you respond? Resilience is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning from it. When you embrace failure as a lesson, you stop seeing it as a roadblock and start seeing it as a stepping stone. Every time you get knocked down, you have the chance to get back up stronger and more focused to overcome these pitfalls. You need to take action. Set clear goals, stop comparing yourself to others, face your fear of failure head on, and take immediate steps toward your dreams. Break free from the cycle of procrastination and self-doubt, and start moving forward, no matter how imperfectly. The road to success isn't easy, but it's worth it. You have the power to overcome any obstacle, to turn setbacks into stepping stones, and to achieve the life you've always dreamed of. All it takes is the courage to act now. Have you ever felt like you're not good enough, or that you're not capable of reaching your full potential? Or perhaps you've tried to push yourself, but you keep hitting walls that make you feel stuck and defeated. Let me tell you something, this doesn't have to be your reality. The key to unlocking your true potential doesn't lie in your circumstances, your background, or your skills. It lies in your mindset. Today, we're going to dive deep into the power of mindset, and I'm going to show you how shifting the way you think can completely transform your life. This isn't some motivational fluff. It's about real, tangible change. You have the ability to reprogram your beliefs, replace self-doubt with self-confidence, and start believing in your own potential. Stick with me and I'll give you the tools you need to build the mindset of success. Let me ask you, how do you view challenges? Do you see them as obstacles, or do you see them as opportunities to learn and grow? If you have a fixed mindset, challenges often feel like walls that you can't get past. You might feel like you're just not capable of overcoming them, and you might even give up before you try. A fixed mindset tells you that your abilities are set in stone, that they can't be changed. But when you have a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities. You see them as chances to learn, to get better, to grow stronger. You start to understand that failure isn't permanent. It's just a part of the process, a lesson you can learn from. A growth mindset unlocks the power to face adversity head-on and keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. Now let's talk about your inner dialogue. What do you say to yourself when you face a challenge? When things don't go the way you plan? Do you tell yourself, "I can't," or "I'll never be able to do this"? Negative self-talk is one of the biggest roadblocks to success. When you constantly tell yourself that you're not good enough, you reinforce those beliefs. You create your own limitations. But here's the good news. You can change that. Instead of saying, "I can't," start saying, "I will." Start telling yourself, "I'm capable, I'm learning, I will figure this out." Your thoughts shape your actions, and by shifting your self-talk, you begin to shift your actions and your outcomes. It might not happen overnight, but by consistently replacing negative thoughts with positive ones, you will start to see a real transformation. Visualization and affirmations are powerful tools that can help you reprogram your beliefs. Athletes use visualization all the time. They picture themselves succeeding before they even step onto the field. You can do the same. Visualize yourself achieving your goals, overcoming your obstacles, and living the life you want. Pair that with affirmations, simple, powerful statements that reinforce your belief in yourself. Tell yourself every day, "I am capable, I am worthy of success, and I will keep pushing forward no matter what." When you say these things, believe them. Start your day with purpose and see how it shifts the way you approach everything. It's not just about changing your thoughts, it's about taking action. Small mindset shifts lead to big wins. Embrace failure as a lesson, not a setback. Every time you fall, get up stronger, wiser, and more prepared. Don't wait for the perfect moment. There's no such thing. If you keep waiting for everything to line up perfectly, you'll be waiting forever. Success is built through consistent action, even when the conditions aren't ideal. You don't need perfection, you just need progress. It's the small daily steps that compound into big results over time. Now I want to leave you with some actionable steps. Start today by adopting a growth mindset. Embrace challenges, learn from them, and don't let setbacks stop you. Replace your negative self-talk with empowering affirmations. Make visualization a part of your daily routine. And most importantly, take action. Track your progress, celebrate your wins, and keep pushing yourself to grow. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, who challenge you, and who help you stay on track. Your mindset is everything. What you think shapes who you become. So if you're ready to change your life, it starts with changing your mindset. It's all in your hands. You've got this. Have you ever felt like you're constantly busy but never truly productive? Maybe you're juggling a million things at once, convincing yourself that multitasking is the key to success. But let me tell you something, multitasking is a lie. It's a trap that makes you think you're getting more done when in reality, you're getting less. You're spreading yourself thin and your results are suffering. But here's the truth. True productivity doesn't come from doing everything at once. It comes from deep focus and single-minded dedication. Today, I'm going to break down the myth of multitasking, show you the power of deep work, and teach you how mastering focus is the secret to unlocking your full potential. This isn't just about managing your time better. It's about changing the way you work so you can achieve more in less time and with greater impact. If you're ready to leave behind the illusion of multitasking and unlock true success, keep listening. The path to excellence starts here. Let's talk about multitasking. It's a concept that's been glorified in our fast-paced world, but let me tell you, it's nothing more than an illusion. When you try to do everything at once, you're not getting more done. You're getting less. Your brain isn't designed to handle multiple tasks at the same time. Research shows that when you switch between tasks, you're not saving time. You're wasting it. Every time you jump from one thing to another, your brain has to reset. This process is slow, and it leads to mistakes, errors, and a drop in performance. It's like trying to run a race with one shoe on. You might make it to the finish line, but it's going to be much harder than if you focused on each step. Multitasking doesn't lead to success. It leads to stress, frustration, and poor results. It's time to break free from the myth. Now let's shift gears. What if I told you there was a better way? A way to achieve far more by doing less? That's where deep work comes in. Deep work is the ability to focus without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. When you engage in deep work, you're not just scratching the surface, you're diving in and making real progress. It's the secret to getting ahead. But in order to do deep work, you need to eliminate distractions. That means shutting off your phone, closing unnecessary tabs, and creating a space where you can focus fully on the task at hand. If you want to achieve something meaningful, you need to protect your focus at all costs. The world is full of distractions, notifications, emails, and people pulling you in different directions. But if you want to succeed, you have to make focus your priority. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you were truly in the zone? You know, those moments when time seems to disappear because you're so deeply immersed in your work that nothing else matters. That's what flow looks like, and it's the key to unlocking your best performance. But here's the problem: flow doesn't happen by accident. It's rare because most people aren't setting themselves up to achieve it. So how do you get in the zone more often? First, you need to eliminate distractions. Second, you need to find tasks that challenge you just enough to keep you engaged, but not so much that they overwhelm you. And finally, you need to commit to doing the work without interruption. The more you cultivate these conditions, the more often you'll find yourself in that flow state. And when you're in flow, that's when the magic happens. The final piece of the puzzle is single tasking. It may sound simple, but it's one of the most powerful productivity hacks you can implement. Focusing on one task at a time leads to better quality work, fewer mistakes, and faster results. When you give your full attention to a single task, you can go deeper, think clearer, and produce better outcomes. So how do you make single tasking work for you? Start by blocking out specific periods of time each day to work on one thing, nothing else. No emails, no social media, just pure focus on the task at hand. Protect that time with everything you've got and watch your productivity soar. Single tasking is the key to mastering your craft and achieving peak performance. Have you ever faced a setback that knocked the wind out of you? Felt like the world was telling you to stop? That you weren't cut out for success? Maybe you're feeling that right now, frustrated, discouraged, unsure if you should keep pushing forward. Well, here's something important you need to hear. Failure doesn't define you. It doesn't mean the end. In fact, failure is often the very thing that shapes your success. Today, I'm going to show you how setbacks are not roadblocks, they're stepping stones. I'll walk you through how to embrace failure, build emotional resilience, and keep moving forward with persistence and grit. This isn't just some pep talk. It's a real blueprint for turning your struggles into triumphs, and I'm going to show you how. So let's dive in, because what you're about to hear could change the way you approach challenges for the rest of your life. Failure is part of the game. It's not a sign that you should quit. It's proof that you're on the right path. Think about Thomas Edison. After thousands of failed attempts, he was asked how it felt to fail so many times. His response: "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Or consider J.K. Rowling, who faced rejection after rejection from publishers before Harry Potter became the global phenomenon it is today. These are just two of the many examples where setbacks weren't the end, they were simply part of the journey. What if I told you that every failure brings you one step closer to your success? The most successful people didn't avoid failure, they learned from it. They understood that failure isn't personal, it's simply a lesson. When you hit a wall, don't see it as a reason to give up. See it as a reason to get creative. What can you learn from this moment? How can you use it to become stronger, smarter, and more prepared for what's next? The truth is, failure doesn't make you weak. It gives you the experience and the knowledge to keep moving forward more equipped than ever before. Emotional resilience is a superpower. It's what allows you to keep going when everything inside of you is screaming to quit. Life isn't always fair, and things don't always go as planned, but the key is in how you respond to those challenges, how you manage disappointment, how you bounce back from setbacks, and how you choose to stay focused on your goals, even when it seems impossible. Being emotionally resilient doesn't mean never feeling disappointment. It means not letting that disappointment control you. It's about acknowledging the setback, feeling what you need to feel, and then deciding to move forward anyway. Think about the hardest challenges you faced in your life, the ones that tested you, that made you doubt everything. What kept you going? What made you get back up after being knocked down? That's emotional resilience. When you can stay grounded in adversity, when you can take the punches and keep moving, that's when you're building real strength. Disappointment will come, it's unavoidable, but if you choose to let it fuel you instead of stop you, you'll find that every challenge makes you stronger and more determined. Persistence and grit are the real game changers. Resilience helps you bounce back, but persistence is what keeps you going long after the initial setback. It's easy to give up when you don't see instant results, when you don't see progress right away. But success isn't always about big wins. It's about keeping up the effort, day after day, no matter how long it takes. Think about a tree. The roots grow deep, and the trunk gets stronger every time it faces a storm. The wind might bend the branches, but it never breaks the tree. Each challenge it faces builds its strength, and it grows even taller, even stronger. That's what you do with persistence. You become that tree. With every challenge, you grow more resilient, more powerful, and more capable of handling what comes next. So let me ask you, what would happen if you didn't give up? If you kept pushing forward, even when it felt like the world was telling you to stop? What if you made a commitment right here and right now to never give up on yourself or your dreams? I'm telling you, the power of persistence is immeasurable. It's not about how fast you get there, it's about staying the course. Small, consistent efforts over time lead to massive success. You don't know what's waiting for you just around the corner. One more step could be the breakthrough you've been waiting for. So keep going, keep showing up, stay the course. Because I promise you, if you don't give up, you will see the fruits of your labor. Have you ever looked at a big goal and thought, I'll never be able to do that? The idea of achieving something huge can feel overwhelming, like standing at the base of a mountain, staring up at the peak, unsure how to even begin. You might be thinking, where do I even start? The truth is, big goals don't have to be intimidating. They don't need to paralyze you with fear. Instead, they can become something you can chip away at, day by day. Today, I'm going to show you how to take those big, intimidating goals and break them down into small, actionable steps that will propel you forward. I'll guide you through how focusing on small progress will keep you motivated, and why each tiny action you take is just as important as the big leap. Stay with me, because this strategy could be the game changer you need to finally achieve what you've been dreaming about. Large goals often seem impossible, but what if I told you that they're only impossible if you try to tackle them all at once? Let's face it, when you look at the entire mountain, it's easy to freeze in place. But the key to success is not about taking on the whole thing at once. It's about breaking it down into smaller, manageable steps. If you've ever set a big goal, like losing weight, writing a book, or building a business, you've probably felt overwhelmed by how much work is involved. But here's the secret. Success doesn't come from making huge leaps. It comes from taking tiny, deliberate steps forward every single day. Let's say you want to lose 30 pounds. Instead of thinking, I have to lose 30 pounds, think, what's the next small action I can take? Maybe it's choosing a healthier meal today, or taking a 15-minute walk. Each of those small steps adds up. Small actions done consistently compound into big results. So when a goal feels too big to tackle, start by breaking it down into simple, bite-sized actions that you can take on every day. It's the small wins that will drive you forward, one step at a time. Now let's talk about momentum. Once you start moving, it gets easier. That's the power of momentum. Think of it like a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it picks up speed, it gets bigger and bigger. The same goes for your goals. It's the small actions that create the energy, the momentum, that propels you towards success. The beauty of momentum is that it keeps you moving even when things get tough. Have you ever started something, maybe a workout routine, a new project, or a habit, and felt that rush of energy right at the beginning? That's momentum, but it doesn't happen by itself. It's built by consistent small actions. Each day you take one step forward, you add more speed to that snowball. And before you know it, the momentum you've built is carrying you further than you ever thought possible. So how do you tap into this power? By committing to small actions every single day. Whether it's waking up early, making a sales call, or writing 100 words, it doesn't matter. The key is showing up every day and doing something, anything that moves you toward your goal. Over time, this consistent effort builds momentum, and that's when things really start to take off. Accountability is the next piece of the puzzle. Without it, you'll find yourself drifting. You'll lose focus and your progress will stall. But when you hold yourself accountable and track your progress, you set yourself up for success. This isn't about being hard on yourself. This is about creating a system to stay on track. One of the best ways to do this is by keeping a journal, using an app, or making simple checklists. Tracking your progress might seem small, but it's incredibly powerful. It gives you a visual reminder of what you've accomplished and what's still ahead. And here's the thing, you need to celebrate your wins, big or small. Even the smallest progress is still progress. When you celebrate, you remind yourself that you're moving in the right direction. If you're not celebrating your progress, you're missing out on a key motivational tool. It doesn't have to be a huge celebration, just take a moment to recognize what you've done. It builds momentum, reinforces your focus, and encourages you to keep going. The goal is to keep that energy alive so you don't burn out halfway through the journey. I want to challenge you now to commit to one small action every day. It doesn't have to be a huge leap, just one step. Whether it's spending 5 minutes working on your goal, sending one email, or reading a chapter of a book, the power lies in consistency. It's the act of showing up day after day that turns small actions into major results. By making this one small action a habit, you'll begin to see that success is not an event, it's a process. Each small action you take adds up to big success over time. And when you commit to one small action each day, you'll start to realize that the path to your dreams doesn't require big, dramatic shifts. It just takes one small step at a time. Start today. Commit to your first small action. It's the first step on the journey to something much bigger. Have you ever found yourself working endlessly thinking that more effort would get you closer to success, only to end up feeling stuck or burnt out? You might be doing more, but not in the right way. That's where most people get it wrong. Success isn't just about working harder, it's about working smarter. It's about aligning your actions, mindset, and energy with what truly matters. Today, I'm going to break down what you've learned so far and remind you of the simple yet powerful principles that can accelerate your progress. It's time to focus on what truly moves the needle. The steps are clear and the path forward is simple, but it all comes down to one thing: doing it the right way. Let's take a quick look at the key takeaways. If you've been consistent, focused, and resilient, you're already ahead of the game. But if you're not seeing the results you want, it's time to realign and refocus. Let's take a moment to remember the core principles we've covered. Success isn't about working harder or doing more, it's about doing the right things. It's about aligning your mindset, focus, and actions to create real, lasting change. Let me tell you something. If you focus on consistent, small steps in the right direction, you'll see results. But if you let setbacks derail you, you'll stay stuck. Progress requires resilience, and resilience comes from your ability to get back on track when life knocks you down. So don't confuse busyness with progress. Keep your focus sharp, keep moving forward, and let your actions speak for themselves. The key to success is consistency, not chaos. Your mindset is everything. It's the foundation of your success. If you believe you can't change, you won't. If you believe that your situation is fixed, you'll never try to improve it. But when you shift to a growth mindset, when you start believing that you can grow, learn, and improve, that's when everything changes. Challenges become opportunities. Mistakes are lessons. The truth is, your thoughts shape your reality. If you can change your thinking, you can change your results. It all starts with the belief that you have the ability to grow and evolve, and that mindset will open doors you never thought possible. Focus is the secret weapon of success. If you're juggling too many things at once, you're diluting your energy. To achieve real results, you need to zero in on what truly matters. Prioritize the tasks that bring you closest to your goal and eliminate distractions. The world is full of noise, but your success lies in the quiet moments when you're laser focused on your objectives. Keep your eyes on the prize, stay disciplined, and don't let anything pull you off track. The more you focus on the right things, the more progress you'll make. Your energy is precious. Don't waste it on things that don't move you forward. Let me be clear, setbacks are a part of the process. If you're not prepared for failure, you'll never grow. But if you're resilient, you can turn those setbacks into stepping stones. Every time you fall, you have two choices: stay down or get up. If you choose to get up, you'll learn something new. The most successful people in the world didn't get there by avoiding failure. They got there by bouncing back stronger every time they fell. Resilience is about pushing through the tough times, adapting, and continuing to move forward. When you embrace failure as part of the journey, it loses its power to hold you back. Instead, you gain the power to turn any setback into a step forward. Waiting for the perfect moment will keep you stuck forever. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. Success doesn't come from thinking about your goals, it comes from acting on them. Stop overthinking and start doing. Take one bold step today. It doesn't matter how small, just take action. You'll be amazed at what happens when you stop waiting and start doing. Every action, no matter how small, adds up. And before you know it, those small actions will compound into something massive. Waiting only holds you back. Now is the time to make things happen. Right now, you have the chance to change everything. Stop waiting. Take action today. What's one bold step you can take right now to move closer to your goal? Don't put it off. Don't second guess yourself. Take that first step today and the rest will follow. The power to create your future is in your hands. You're the author of your story and you have the ability to rewrite the rules. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. It's time to take control, embrace the journey, and start winning. The life you want is waiting for you. Take the first step now.